President Biden waves goodbye to the Bay Area with more cash in his campaign coffers. The highlight of his visit, though, his emotional meeting with the widow and daughter of Alexei Navalny, the late Russian opposition leader. Good evening. I'm Anna Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. Air Force One went wheels up at San Francisco International Airport exactly 1 hour ago, wrapping up the president's whirlwind 25-hour visit.
ABC 7 News reporter Zach Fuentes is live in Los Altos Hills, where the president attended this third and final fundraising event. Zach.
Yeah, and that fundraising event ended just a couple of hours ago, and we're now starting to hear word about what the president discussed inside there. That included some jabs at Donald Trump and pointing blame to the Republican Party for many of the issues faced at the border. But like you said, one of the biggest things to get attention of his visit here in the Bay Area is that meeting with the Navalny family and the response he says is coming to Russia. Nearly a week has passed since the death of Alexei Navalny. The longtime Russian opposition leader and critic of Vladimir Putin died in prison at 47 years old. A Russian medical certificate says he died of natural causes, but his family and allies accuse Putin of killing him.
He was a man of incredible courage, and it's amazing how his wife and daughter are emulating that.
While on his California fundraising trip, President Joe Biden met with Navalny's wife and daughter, Yulia and Dasha Navalny. Dasha is a student at Stanford. The White House released these images of the meeting. In his remarks after, the president said a response to Navalny's death is coming.
We're going to be announcing the sanctions against Putin, who is responsible for his death, tomorrow.
Following the Thursday meeting with Navalny's wife and daughter, Biden made his way to this Los Altos mansion for a campaign fundraiser. The event, hosted by real estate developer Bob Klein, Klein's wife, and former state controller Steve Wesley. Tickets for the event going for as much as $100,000, with the cheapest at around $6,000. Anyone wanting a photo with the president will pay at least $25,000.
Well, they should come here because that's where the money is. If they want to get support, they got to go get finance. Same thing with Trump or any other politician.
As the Biden motorcade made its way to the Los Altos Hills event, protesters calling for a ceasefire in Gaza took to the side of the road.
We're out here to show that we want peace and we want it now. We need a ceasefire.
I would be anywhere I could be, but I live here, and I want him to know that the people here are as upset about it as everywhere else.
Still, others who live and work in the Los Altos community were excited by the visit.
Being that I work in Los Altos, I was thinking, where at in Los Altos? But of course, not down here, downtown. I'm downtown. But it's still exciting to know that he's here.
Since the president's meeting with the Navalny family and his remarks following that, word came from a Treasury spokesperson that the U.S. on Friday will impose over 500 sanctions on Russia, its enablers, and its war machine as the administration marks 2 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. So a lot of developments coming from the president's visit here in the Bay Area. He took off from SFO just after 4 to head back to the White House, where this weekend he will be hosting the nation's governors. Right now, live in Los Altos, Zach Fuentes, ABC 7 News.